Hi, everybody. Somebody of you who follow my channel asked me, what are your favorite 10 perfumes, I think, or something like that. And then I thought, I think I have made like, this is my top 10 video earlier. And I haven't even looked at that like before I went on now, because I just got my phone out. I got home from work. We've had dinner, and I just thought, now I'm going to follow up on that question. I said, because I'll let you know real soon, I said, or something like that. And I put together, I've been kind of working on, I have a box where I've been kind of taking perfumes in and out and like thinking about for a while what 10 perfumes it is that right now are my favorite ones. And a few have actually, I have one honorable mention, and then I thought I'd start with just telling you guys what I'm wearing today, because I very much enjoyed it. Not so long ago, I got a hold of a vintage bottle of Estée Lauder's private collection. They just took this off the market, like, I think it's like 4 years ago, like right when I was getting into this real, like, becoming like a super fragrance nerd. Oh, there's something on the screen. It's not on my face. Oh, well, that's why I'm going like this. This fragrance this is like one of my first perfumes that I ever had. And I think I got it mostly for nostalgic reasons, but I really, really like it. It's like a floral, it's definitely like a 90s kind of fragrance. It has very strong note of galbanum. If you're not into that, you won't like it. I'm sure it has some oak moss in the boss. Lots of florals, like lots of floral notes in the middle. I don't know the notes like by heart. And then the base, I'm sure there's a little vanilla in here. The dried, this is kind of like, it's a very clean kind of feeling to it. It's really unlike perfumes of today. They have come out with another fragrance called Oud Private Collection. It's not the same fragrance. That one's out there, and it's similar, but it's not the same fragrance. This is the original EDP. And I do see them coming up now. Now that I've gotten a hold of a bottle, I've seen more people selling theirs, but they're not like super easy to find, but they're not impossible to find. If you keep your eyes open, you can get a bottle. Really, really have enjoyed it today. I just felt so well perfumed. I had like 4 sprays early this morning, and it's still kind of a little bit projecting. Like when I came home from work, I could still smell it on my skin. I think that's pretty good performance, and it just makes me feel like so put together. So I love it. I don't wear it a lot because it kind of feels a little bit kind of not super modern, but it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. It has kind of a little bit of a soapy feel to it, kind of, I guess. I'm sure there's iris in there too, maybe, with lots of other It has that typical 80s, 90s kind of structure of a perfume with like maybe some citrus and galbanum in the top, and then it has this whole layer of florals, and then like an oak mossy kind of base with vanilla and musk and things like that. What else do I have here? Mostly full bottles, but here's one decant. This is my top 10. And they're in no particular order. I haven't like put them, but right now, these are the ones that I sort of reach for the most and enjoy the most, and kind of like think, wow, when I wear it. Musc Ravageur from Frederic Malle. It's just such a perfect, well-balanced fragrance. Like it balances right on the edge of between, or like on a fence between like gourmand and a little bit like musky, slightly animalic. It has like a little of everything, kind of. I think it has some lavender in here, but I don't find it like, it's not a masculine fragrance. It's very unisex, very soft, easy to wear. It's slightly animalic. It's not like a super animalic. It's just so darn good. If you're familiar with ambergris from Balmain, this is kind of a little bit that same kind of fragrance, like a little of everything, kind of like nice to wear, soft, slightly spicy, but like it's such an easy wear. Just love that. Always feels right. And this I've talked about so many times. Chypre Palatin. This is a perfect kind of heavy going out fragrance, kind of for the colder weather. It's also a little bit kind of that old structure, like I just was telling you about Private Collection. But this is more like a 80s, 90s fragrance, Chypre style, and an amber kind of all in one. So it both has kind of a soapiness and kind of a Chypre classic style, but also it's kind of like an amber with resinous parts, and it's just such a perfect fragrance. I just love it. This is a 10 out of 10 for sure. And then I put one in here that I probably wouldn't have called a 10 out of 10 because it's kind of odd, yet so wearable. And it's grown on me, and my son absolutely loves this. And it's called Dhjenné 22 from Pierre Guillaume. And I think this is let's see, is this the EDT? God, I don't have my glasses on. I'm pretty sure it's the EDT, but right now I can't see what it is and what it isn't. I'm pretty sure, or it says on the box. This has kind of like, it's like a myrrh fragrance, but it's like super fresh. It has wheat. It has some white flower in here. It has, what is it? Smells a little bit like, I think it has lavender and mint. So it's like, and it's cacao. So it's kind of like chocolate mint, which sounds like a really strange and like conceptual fragrance, but it's really not. It's like, you can wear it on a hot summer day, but you can also wear it like daytime in the winter. It smells a little bit like Coca-Cola, just a little bit. I don't even like Coke, but like, it's really interesting fragrance. Sometimes I layer it too, because I think maybe it's a little, maybe I want a little, sometimes I put like a little Joe Malone Scarlet Poppy on top. I have a little decant of that, and I don't like it on its own, but with this, it has, because that fragrance is too sweet, but together with this, it's perfect. Really, really recommend to try this if you can get your nose on it. Like it a lot. And then this one, Chanel number 19 Poudré, is a beautiful galbanum iris fragrance with a really nice tonka-ish base. And it just projects and projects. I used to think this didn't last at all, but it really, really does. Something is really working well with my sense of smell right now, because I can smell everything so well. And it's the performance of all my perfumes is so much better than they used to be. So obviously something has happened. I'm not sure if it's the stress of the new job or what it is, but it's a good thing, right? Another galbanum fragrance, I like galbanum, is Dhajala from Xerjoff. I absolutely love this. It's kind of like an herbal green kind of amber. So beautiful. Perfect for summer, yet can be worn in the winter. It's kind of a year-round. Unfortunately, really expensive. I mean, they're like close to $300 for 50 ml. I think it's a lot. I think it's a lot. Then I have another Chanel Le Lion. I absolutely love this fragrance. It's such a beautiful amber, like labdanum heavy fragrance that has some like birch tar kind of qualities. So it's like leathery, but it doesn't smell like leather. It's kind of, it has, I mean, many leather fragrances, I think they use birch tar to kind of create a leather experience. This doesn't have that sour leather that some leather fragrances have, like Interlude Man or something like that. It's nothing like that. This is just the most beautiful vanilla, and it has a little bit that smokiness. And I don't typically like smoky fragrances. I'm actually quite surprised how much I love this, but it dries down so well. It's so gorgeous on other people too, men and women. The price has just rocketed into the sky. What is the expression? It's skyrocketed. The prices are just insane, but it's really, really good. Oh, another favorite that I share with my son, and I don't want him to take from this bottle because this is all I have left, and this is Arbolé from Hiram Green. This is such a beautiful, maybe I'm a real tonka fan, because it's pretty heavy tonka, but it's a patchouli fragrance that has a little bit kind of a licorice kind of feeling to it. I mean, this was a real weird first experience to me, and then it turned into a love-hate, and then it kind of turned into love. And it does still, at first spray, come off a little strong. It has vanilla too, and maybe sandalwood, something more in here. But when it dries down, it's just powdery and tonka-ish, and the patchouli is just so gorgeous. I just love this. I don't like the new bottles they've come out with. I prefer these rounder ones so much. Maybe I should go get a backup bottle. That's something I've forbidden myself to do, but I might have to hide it from my son because he can choose between my other fragrances. And then I have this fragrance, Vixere from Electimuss, has actually, since I started working, this has really become kind of a favorite because it's just such an easy wear. And I don't have enough time to like think about what I'm going to wear. And then this one always feels like an easy, safe reach. It's still really, really beautiful. Maybe I'm like maybe not the most intriguing, like, oh, I have to figure this out. I have to learn this fragrance. But it's like, it has all these different florals. It has purple flowers. It has yellow. It has white flowers. Maybe some, I'm not sure about rose. And then it has this real beautiful kind of oriental base. Maybe, so I'm not sure. It has some incense in the base, maybe. It's beautiful. Beautiful. I think it's very feminine, this fragrance. The bottle is beautiful, but the quality of the sprayer is terrible, and I can't even spray it anymore. I have to pump it out and wear it through a decant. So had I bought this at the store, I would have gone straight back and complained, but I've got it secondhand somewhere, so I haven't bothered. I'm sure I could probably contact them anyway, but I haven't. At least I can still wear it, and I can look at the bottle. So anyway, then I have the one I got in Paris last summer, Cacao Porcelana, which I wear surprisingly seldom. And I really don't know why, because I really love it. I think I'm a little afraid that other people won't like it, because it's kind of dusty. It's and someone said a really bad thing about this perfume in a video, like really bad. So that scared me a little bit. It's incredible, this fragrance. I love it. It's like a chocolate or like a cacao and patchouli fragrance, which also has a little boozy note. I think it has some boozy note in there, Immortelle. And I don't like Immortelle normally, but this is just, I love it. The 10th fragrance is, and this, I just put this in and took a few other ones out. And I'm going to tell you which ones I took out and why. Of the top 10 box, there's this, I got actually metallic in this box from Tom Ford a long time ago. I got sick of it. After a while, I couldn't wear it anymore, but I did love it at one point. My son now has it, and I think it's cloyingly sweet. Even on him, he wears too much. So if you're sitting on a bottle of metallic, it's nice, but maybe 1 or 2 sprays is enough. Okay, so my 10th one on my top 10 list is kind of a newcomer in my collection. It's Journey Woman from Amouage. It's a beautiful, big fragrance. Not beast mode, but classic good Amouage performance. And even though it has osmanthus as one of the dominant notes, I really love it. It's just special. It's so Amouage-y, and it's such a kind of fills up a room kind of fragrance without going overboard. It's not like Guidance. It's not like one that I'm going to tell you about in a minute either. And that went off the list now because of its unwearability, or it's so hard to wear. This one I find to be more in the wearable category, but it's like, this would do for like a big fancy party. It's just, it is what the bottle looks like. It's this good as the bottle looks like. I think it's a good representation of what's in here. So that's that. Okay, then I have some honorable mentions, and all these 3 have been in the box of 10, but have now fallen out. And one is Oud Satin Mood, and I used this just the other day, and I felt like I was getting choked out by its sweetness. I think I only took 2 sprays, but still, it was like with me all day and into the night. It's just beautiful, but it's just too, I don't know. This is the extrait. Maybe the EDP would have been enough. Okay, it's 1 spray. Next time, it's 1 spray, and kind of like spread it all over this 1 single spray, because it is so, so strong. Therefore, it kind of dropped off the list, especially since I'm working, and I feel like it didn't really work there. And another fragrance that I still like it, I just am a little bored with it. It's Iris Prima from Penhaligon's, and it's a beautiful, beautiful, little bit suede iris vanilla fragrance. It reminds a little bit of, is it called Cuir Beluga from Guerlain? It reminds a little bit of that, but this is slightly more interesting. It also has some resemblance to Bottega Veneta from Bottega Veneta, the EDP, that has actually been discontinued, but I have a bottle. That one's actually more interesting because that has a heavier leather note and also a heavier patchouli note, and I don't think this might not even have patchouli. I don't know. It's really good. I'm just a little bored with it. It's a little bit too perfect, which sounds a little bit strange, but it's a little on the perfect side. Another one that I wear all the time for parties and stuff. It's just kind of, now Journey Woman took its place, but it's Opera from Xerjoff. It's a little bit similar to Vixere. I think maybe actually Xerjoff may be slightly better, but it's a little heavier. So this is more compatible with like an office environment. That's why Vixere made the list and Opera did not. So those are my 10. Okay, I'm just going to repeat them for you real quick. Chanel number 19, Poudré from Chanel. Chypre Palatin from MDCI. I don't think I mentioned the brand. Dhjenné 22 from Pierre, Guillaume. Dhajala and Opera from Xerjoff, both of those. I've been a little off Xerjoff for a while, but now I'm kind of like finding them again. Journeywoman from Amouage, Vixere from Electimuss, and Cacao Porcelana from, I never said, Atelier Materi, and Musc Ravageur from Frederic Malle. And speaking of Frederic Malle, I did get the chance to try their new perfume, you know, the collaboration with Acne Studios. Actually, the founder of Acne Studios is my neighbor, which is pretty cool. He's a real kind of, you don't see much of him. He's not the kind of guy who, like, you see him all over. He doesn't do interviews much. He just kind of the creative person behind the brand. And I talked to his wife, but I've hardly ever had a conversation with him, like once, I think. I don't know really what they do, but we're not real close or anything. But they're real nice family anyway. But they have a collaboration with Frederic Malle. They've now launched a perfume. I don't know if it has a name or if it's just called an Acne Studio or something. I'm not sure what it's called. But I tried it Friday, and I was really surprised because I find the brand has a certain profile. Like, I don't have anything from that brand except a pair of boots with a high heel, kind of a tassel on the side. They're really nice boots, but nothing from the brand, and their clothes don't seem to fit me. They're pretty, the clothes are pretty straight and kind of like, they're a little bit, I wouldn't call them avant-garde maybe, but they're like, they're not classic clothes. They're like very modern, and they don't fit just anyone. I feel like you need a certain style to be able to wear Acne. That's at least my impression. But the fragrance, however, is like, it smells kind of like a classic Chanel. It's like a kind of a little bit laundry-ish. It has a soapy quality. It's very aldehydic. It has some, some floral notes for sure. Could it be musk maybe? I'm just guessing now. I haven't even looked up the notes, but I was really surprised. And I really liked it. And I went to this department store, and then I went to my parents for dinner because my sister was here visiting this weekend from southern Sweden. And they all said I smelled so good. And I had one spray of, I was wearing something from like in the morning. I can't remember what I was wearing, but then I wore one spray of that, the Acne Frederic Malle fragrance on one arm, and on the other arm I tried, God, what was it now? God, have I already forgotten? I went into a store and I tried it. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot it. But something stronger. What was what was that? Was it an Amouage fragrance? Oh, I'll have to write in the comments. I can't remember, but obviously they thought I smelled really good, and it was maybe the combination between these two, or one was coming off stronger. I don't know if they were smelling the Acne one or the other one. And the other one was, God, what was it? Something new, or now I can't remember. I wasn't planning on to talk about this, but anyway, okay, so those are my thoughts on my top 10 at the moment. Please tell me yours. Do you agree on my choices, or if you don't, why not? Have you tried Private Collection, or do you remember it from back in the day? I think it's a really, really nice fragrance, and now it really bugs me that I can't remember the name of the fragrance that I tried on when I was at this special store. And one interesting thing, though, I've noticed in Sweden, I don't know if this is all over the world, but the whole, where they have all the niche fragrances in our fancy department store, it's called NK, there was like all filled up by young guys. I mean, I'm talking really young guys, like in their teens. And they're smelling Rojas, and they're smelling Amouages and Xerjoffs, and like all these expensive perfumes. I just find it really, really funny that they're so into it. And no, it was something from was it something, because they had like everything lined up from Xerjoff. They were showing, maybe it was something from there that I tried. Something chocolatey, I think it was. God, I can't remember. Oh well. Anyway, that's all for now, guys. Bye.